It's the public service that became one of our top 100 companies. Successive governments had tried to privatise Royal Mail. Last October, the coalition finally succeeded. Now the public spending watchdog has concluded that the Department for Business, which led the sale, didn't get value for money.
The department could have done better to achieve value for money for the taxpayer. It focused in particular on selling the shares within the current Parliament and achieved its primary objectives, and we felt it should have gone further to ensure that it extracted the maximum value available to the taxpayer in this particular transaction.
It was the biggest privatisation in Britain for years and one of the most controversial ever attempted. Amid the threat of strikes, the Royal Mail sale took place last October. The government set an original share price of 330 pence, but that soared by 38% on the first day of trading. Today the shares are worth 565 pence, that's up around 70%. The main postal union called for the business secretary to resign. Today Labour demanded an apology. It didn't come.
It was right that we took a cautious and measured approach to the sale, and this approach was taken in the light of our primary objective, and it reflects the considerable risks that we face due to industrial relations and challenging market conditions.
This has been a first-class disaster for the taxpayer, and those he once referred to as spivs and gamblers are laughing all the way to the bank.
The government wanted Royal Mail to have stable long-term shareholders, so it gave a group of city institutions a bigger allocation of shares, and those same firms also played a role in Royal Mail's price being set so low. But within weeks of the privatisation, the firms had sold off around half of their shares. Some had sold their entire stake. The investment giant Standard Life today confirmed it sold 99% of its stake in March. But postal workers who received free shares can't sell theirs for 3 years.
It's typical of who's been prioritised in this whole sale, and it's not been looking out for the taxpayer or the workforce. It's been looking out for these big city institutions, and again they're the ones making the money out of it.
The report also questions the sell-off process. It wasn't flexible enough to enable the shares to be repriced late in the day. That could have big implications for the future when the government decides to sell off its stakes in our biggest banks. John Moylan, BBC News.